longest minute in the world.
Good evening, everyone. It's 6:30. We'll start this City Council meeting of July 27th, 2026. Clerk, if you will call the order.
Mr. Barr. Ms. Larkin.
Present.
Mr. R. Smith. Here. Mr. Stevenson.
Here.
Mr. T. Smith. Here. Mr. Dichtel.
Present.
Mr. Clark.
Good.
Mr. Kreider.
Here.
Mr. Rollins.
Present.
President Stoneburner.
Present. Next, we'll have the invocation and the pledge. Before we get to that, thank you, Pastor Eastep, for being here for that. But please silence your phones. I know I did that before I came in here tonight. So if you wouldn't mind checking that to make sure your ringers are off and all that kind of stuff, that would be great. Thank you.
Thank you, Jesus, for the gift of today. Thank you for Marion, Ohio, and putting all of us here to make an impact and to make it better. We're grateful for Mayor Collins and his administration. We thank you for the City Council and for citizens who care about their community. I was thinking this morning, Father, about this scene in Acts 15 where there was another council that was together. They had some big decisions to make, and they weren't all on the same page when they started, but they spoke, they sought your face, they found agreement, and they ended up making decisions that were great for everybody. And so my prayer is that the same thing will happen here tonight. Thank you for these council members, and I pray that you'll give them discernment and wisdom, most of all your direction. And God, may you continue to keep your hand upon our city. We're grateful for the progress that we've made. We're very aware of the challenges that lie ahead, but our confidence is in you, and we're grateful that you have good things in mind for Marion. We ask your blessing upon this time, and we pray it in the name of Jesus.
I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Council, you have summary of proceedings in front of you, I believe. Mr. Dichtel?
I believe there's a correction on page 11. I could be wrong. Middle, it says Safety Service Director Rob Cowell responded. I thought that was Mayor Collins that did the responding on that. Or am I wrong? Talking about the rate increase, and or maybe I am wrong. Anybody have any memory of that?
No.
It was.
I thought that was Director Connell, but here.
Was it Director Connell? Okay, then it's correct. I just wasn't here either.
I wasn't here, he was on vacation.
Okay. He was on vacation?
Rob was on vacation.
Okay,
That's right, I think he was.
So it had to be the mayor.
yeah, so we need to correct that.
I was not here either, so I had audio and notes to go on.
So, Mr. Dichtel, you're saying that is correct?
No, it's not correct.
Director Connell was not here, he was on vacation.
Wasn't.
I guess I haven't
Who
seen.
was not here?
No.
Director Connell.
Right, so the mayor did respond. Okay.
Yeah. You can recognize me?
I can point you out.
So sorry.
Okay, on page 10, the 1, 2, 3, 4, fifth paragraph down that starts with Mr. Kreider. In the second line there, it says Wolf Court, that should be the Wolf Court.
With an E.
And with an E on the end, that's,
Do you want to call it court there? Page 10?
and with that correction, I'll make a motion to accept the minutes as amended.
All right, we have a motion to accept as amended from Mr. Clark. Mr. Kreider, do you have something else?
Second.
You have a second, okay. Second from Mr. Kreider. Anything else? All right, clerk?
Ms. Larkin?
Yes.
Mr. R. Smith?
Yes.
Mr. Stevenson?
Yes.
Mr. T. Smith?
Yes.
Mr. Dichtel?
Yes.
Mr. Clark?
Yes.
Mr. Kreider?
Yes.
Mr. Rollins?
Yes.
Okay, we have accepted the summary proceedings. Old business, item number 1, ordinance 2026-063, e-bikes amendment.
Ordinance amending Part 3 Traffic Code, Title 1 Administration, Enforcement and Penalties, and Title 9 Pedestrians, Bicycles, Motorcycles, and Snowmobiles, more specifically Chapter 301 Definitions and Chapter 373 Bicycles and Motorcycles of the Codified Ordinance of the City of Marion and declaring an emergency.
Mr. R. Smith?
Yes, this came out of Legislation Codes Committee with a 3-0 recommendation to adopt. We had much discussion on this, a couple of rewrites, I believe. So I would suggest that tonight would be a second read unless somebody has anything different.
Mr. Chairman, Madam President, if I may. So as we go through this process of refining the legislation, there have been just a couple of things that I've noted that need to be corrected by amendments, but they're simple, and if it's okay, I'll walk through those proposed amendments. So on the second page, towards the bottom, in the section 301.52 toy vehicle, the device, whether motorized, after that comma, I would recommend and suggest that we insert the words battery powered, followed by another comma, so that it reads a device, whether motorized, battery powered or not, and then it goes on. So the first recommendation would be to include those words battery powered. At the end of that paragraph, it says or e-bikes. It should read or electric bikes. Throughout it, it talks about electric bikes, and that's the only place I found that it said e-bikes. And so it should be consistent. At the end of that paragraph, e-bikes should be replaced with electric bikes. Then on page 4, there's just a need to correct numbering. If you'll notice, there's little a and a 2, a 3. It should continue 4, 5, and 6. And the version you have, the one I had wasn't 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Those numbers should all be sequential. Does anybody have questions regarding correcting those errant numbers? On page 5, right in the middle, under 373135, there's A1, A2, and that should be A3. They don't follow sequentially, but they need to be corrected, so it's A1, A2, A3, and then it goes to B. So that's just fixing the numbers right there. Then finally, in subsection C, same page, towards the bottom, where it reads, no person the age of 1 or 18 shall ride as a passenger on a bicycle, electric bicycle. We need to insert after the comma, after electric bicycle, the two words toy vehicle. So the insertion would be toy vehicle in front of the or, and then it would continue as it's written on the document that you have. One final suggested amendment would be on the last page, page 6. To be consistent with the way that codes now read, I would request that we insert subsection E, and this would essentially be the penalty section. And I'm going to read it. I can share it with anybody. But when our code was adopted many decades ago, the penalty provisions were always found in the ORC, Ohio Revised Code, or Marion City Code, in what's called the penalty section, or .99. So you could go to the end of any section of law, and if you got to the 99, that would tell you where the penalty was. Probably about 15 or 20 years ago, the state legislature changed that practice, and now they put the penalties in the actual sections of the code itself. So you don't have to look 18 pages back to find the 99. So this is consistent with the way they write code these days. In the penalty section would be subsection E, and it would read as follows. Whoever violates section A or C of this section is guilty of a minor misdemeanor. On a second offense within 1 year after the first offense, such person would be guilty of a misdemeanor of the 4th degree, which is punishable by not more than 30 days in jail and or $250 fine. On each subsequent offense within 1 year after the second offense, such person is guilty of a misdemeanor 3, punishable by not more than 60 days in jail and or a $500 fine. What that statement simply does is a first offense within 12 months is a minor misdemeanor. If you don't have another offense within 12 months after your conviction, and you get caught in your 13th month, it's again a minor misdemeanor. But if you get caught within the 12 months after your first conviction, that second offense goes from a minor misdemeanor to an M4. And if you should get caught for a third time within the first conviction, it goes to the next level. Now, I'm not saying this because it's expected that any person would ever be sentenced to 30 days in jail or 60 days in jail, but that's how the structure of minor misdemeanors, M4, M3s, M2s, and they keep stepping up. That insertion would be consistent with the way we adopt laws and provide for penalty sections. So, be happy to answer any questions that anyone has.
Because a lot of this legislation affects minors.
Yes, so an 18-year-old violating this code section, assuming it's adopted and put in place, would come to this court, Marion Municipal Court, for violating the city code because they're an adult. Someone less than 18 would go across the street to the juvenile court and answer to the juvenile judge and magistrate in the system for violating the city code as a part of the juvenile prosecution process.
I don't want to see kids thrown in jail for 90 days for riding a bike. Okay.
Mr. Rollins?
Mr. Rollins?
Yeah, I just want to share, I think it's important, as I shared at the last full council meeting, that this go 3 readings, just to give us an opportunity to educate. So some of the biggest things that I see as I'm out and about that I think parents, and we need to probably get the word out, number one is helmets. I don't know how many of these kids are on these motorized vehicles traveling at, I would say, fairly high rate of speed, in excess of 20 miles an hour, not wearing a helmet. They can't do that anymore. So please, parents, if you've got kids that are riding these vehicles, make sure that we're equipping them with a helmet. If you can afford the bike, you can afford a helmet. The other thing I notice a lot of is these larger motorized vehicles on the sidewalks. They cannot be on the sidewalks. They are a danger not only to the person driving, but to other vehicles, pedestrians. So in the ordinance here, that will also be an infraction. So you're going to have to drive on the streets. You're going to have to obey the traffic laws, just like you would on a normal bicycle. So I just want to shout out, those are a few of the things that I see as I'm driving around that I think parents need to get out ahead of that before this becomes an issue where little Johnny has 5 infractions of not wearing a helmet.
Thank you. Mr. Dickel?
Just a matter of procedure, if this goes, if we adopt the amendments that the law director made tonight, does this go back to a first reading then?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Mr. R. Smith?
I would make a motion, we adopt the amendments suggested by the law director.
Mr. Crowder?
Second.
We have a first and a second to adopt the amendments suggested by Mr. Russell. Do you have all the corrections that you need to? Okay. Go ahead.
Ms. Larkin?
Yes.
Mr. R. Smith?
Yes.
Mr. Stevenson?
Yes.
Mr. T. Smith?
Yes.
Mr. Dickel?
Yes.
Mr. Clark?
Yes.
Mr. Carter?
Yes.
Mr. Rollins?
Yes.
A motion to adopt the amendments made here that we've heard. Approved. Now we need to hear them.
Ordinance amending Part 3, Traffic Code, Title 1, Administration, Enforcement and Penalties, and Title 9, Pedestrians, Bicycles, Motorcycles, and Snowmobiles, more specifically, Chapter 301, Definitions, and Chapter 373, Bicycles and Motorcycles of the Codified Ordinance of the City of Marion, and declaring an emergency as amended.
Thank you. So that becomes officially a first reading, and we'll hear about it again next meeting. Item number 2 under old business is ordinance 2026-064, St. James rezoning.
Ordinance amending the zoning map of the city of Marion by rezoning lot number 536 in the H.J. Barnhart's first addition to the city of Marion, commonly known as 245 St. James, from an R2 general dwelling district to an R3 multifamily district.
And Mr. Kreider, this comes from your committee?
Yes, this came before Zoning and Annexation Committee with a 3-0 recommendation to adopt. There will be a public hearing scheduled for Monday, August 10. And we're asking for a second reading tonight.
Okay. Mr. Clerk?
I have a question basically for the law director. A concerned citizen called me today on this issue, and the question was, is it the property owner requesting the zoning variance, or is it the tenant? Because I'm unclear on it all, but the person that called me said that the group that's running the group home do not own the building, they are leasing it from somebody that lives out of state. So, and the question was, do they have the legal authority to request rezoning?
So I can't answer that, but I work closely with the clerk in the application. We can look at the application. We can ensure that they have the authority, but on our applications for a zoning change, it has owner or their agent. Some owners will hire an attorney. Some may, as in this case, use whoever the occupant is or the person at least, but we can drill down to make sure that they have the proper authorities before we get to the next reading.
I can
Mr. Rollins?
shed some light on that. So my understanding, if you recall, a year or so ago, we passed pretty comprehensive legislation changing a number of things with zoning, with the zoning ordinances in Marion. After we did that, this particular property became out of compliance. They sought, my understanding is they actually sought to come and get it corrected. That's my understanding.
That's correct.
Okay.
All right, so anything further on this? All right, leave it at a second reading. On to new business. Item number 3, resolution 2026-020, Ohio Edison rate increase.
Resolution declaring the council's opposition to First Energy's proposed rate increase and requesting the Public Utilities Commission of Ohio deny said request and declaring an emergency.
Mr. Dickel?
Yes, this came out of Public Utilities Commission. It is, or committee, it's just a resolution asking to deny the rate request that Ohio Edison is requesting. Very similar to the language we used for the water rate hike a few months back. So unless anybody has any comments on it, I would recommend that we waive the 3 reading rule and pass this.
Mr. Rollins?
Second.
Okay. A first and a second to waive the 3 reading rule. We'll take the roll.
Ms. Larkin?
Yes.
Mr. R. Smith?
Yes.
Mr. Stevenson?
Yes.
Mr. T. Smith?
Yes.
Mr. Dickel?
Yes.
Mr. Clark?
Yes.
Mr. Kreider?
Yes.
Mr. Rollins?
Yes.
Motion carries
Mr. Rollins.
8-0. Mr. Rollins?
I'll make a motion to approve.
Mr. Rollins.
And we have a motion to approve and a second, I think, from Mr. R. Smith.
Yes.
Okay.
Any more discussion?
Anything else? Okay, hearing none. Clerk?
Ms. Larkin?
Yes.
Mr. R. Smith?
Yes.
Mr. Stevenson?
Yes.
Mr. T. Smith?
Yes.
Mr. Dickel?
Yes.
Mr. Clark?
Yes.
Mr. Kreider?
Yes.
Mr. Rollins?
Yes.
Motion is adopted. Item number 4, ordinance 2026-068, Rule 27.
Ordinance amending Marion Codified Ordinance Title III Legislature Chapter 111, Council Section 111.04, Duties, Privileges, and Decorum of Members, 111.04G, Rule 27 of the Codified Ordinance of the City of Marion.
Mr. R. Smith.
Yes, this came out of Legislation and Codes Committee with a 2-to-1 recommendation to reject it. We had many hearings on this, a lot of public comment, and during that I came to the understanding that the chair or the presiding officer has all the tools they really need. All they have to do is exercise those tools according to Robert's Rules of Order, and so that's why I recommend voting no.
Mr. Rollins?
Yeah, I'll make a motion to suspend the 3 reading rule.
Motion to suspend the 3 readings by Mr. Rollins. And Mr. T. Smith?
Second.
We have a second for Mr. T. Smith. Anything else? When you're ready, clerk.
Ms. Larkin?
Yes.
Mr. R. Smith?
Yes.
Mr. Stevenson?
Yes.
Mr. T. Smith?
Yes.
Mr. Dickel?
Yes.
Mr. Clark?
No.
Mr. Kreider?
Yes.
Mr. Rollins?
Yes.
7-1, rule suspended.
Motion carries 7-1, so the rule is suspended. And Mr. Rollins?
Motion to adopt.
A motion to adopt. And a second from Mr. T. Smith.
Yes.
Anything further from the
To
council?
adopt. You can vote no.
Or, no?
Yeah, all motions have to be made in the positive.
Right. So we have a motion and a second. Anything further? Hearing none. Clerk, if you'll take the roll.
Ms. Larkin?
Yes.
Mr. R. Smith?
No.
Mr. Stevenson?
No.
Mr. T. Smith?
No.
Mr. Dickel? No. Mr. Clark?
Yes.
Mr. Kreider?
No.
And Mr. Rollins?
No.
Motion does not carry.
2-6.
It is 2-6. 2 for, 6 against. Item number 5 is next. Ordinance 2026-069. Ohio Department of Rehab and Corrections.
Ordinance requesting appropriations from the Ohio Department of Rehabilitations and Corrections to the Community Corrections Fund in the below listed line item for the year ending December 31st, 2026.
Mr. Rollins.
Yeah, this comes to us from the probation department. This is a state grant from the Department of Rehabilitation and Correction for $9,000. This is to replace the check-in kiosk and drug testing kiosk in the probation department. And Mr. Stotts is here if you have any questions. If there are no questions, I will make a motion to suspend the 3 reading rule.
I'll second.
Okay. I have a motion to suspend 3 readings and a second from Mr. Dickel. And
Mr. T. Smith.
I just had a
Mr. Smith
question.
has a question.
Before we move on, this is all grant funded, correct?
That's correct. This one in particular is through the Department of Rehabilitation and Corrections.
Okay.
We have another
That's not
one.
right.
We have another one following this. It's also a grant as well.
Thank you. Please proceed.
Okay. Anything else? All right, let's take the roll.
Ms. Larkin?
Yes.
Mr. R. Smith?
Yes.
Mr. Stevenson?
Yes.
Mr. T. Smith?
Yes.
Mr. Dickel?
Yes.
Mr. Clark?
Yes.
Mr. Kreider?
Yes.
Mr. Rollins?
Yes.
Okay, the motion carries
Mr.
unanimously, 8-0. Mr. Rollins?
Motion to adopt.
Motion to adopt from Mr. Rollins. Mr. Smith, R. Smith?
Yes. Second.
And a second from Mr. R. Smith. Anything further on that issue? All right, let's take the roll.
Ms. Larkin?
Yes.
Mr. R. Smith?
Yes.
Mr. Stevenson?
Yes.
Mr. T. Smith?
Yes.
Mr. Dickel?
Yes.
Mr. Clark?
Yes.
Mr. Kreider?
Yes.
Mr. Rollins?
Yes.
Motion carries 8-0. Item number 6, 2026-070. Attorney General, what is that, appropriations?
Appropriation.
Appropriations.
Ordinance requesting appropriations from the Ohio Attorney General's Office to the Probation Services Fund in the below listed line item for the year ending December 31st, 2026.
Mr. Rollins?
Yeah, this also came out of finance. This also comes to us from the probation department. Another grant from this one from the Attorney General's office. And I'll let Mr. Stotts explain this, but my understanding is our probation case management system no longer communicates with multi-county correctional facility after their upgrade. So the Attorney General is giving us some grant funds to upgrade our software so that ours can play nice again. Maybe have that right? That's correct.
Mr. Stotts, anything to add?
Very well.
I will make a motion to suspend the 3 reading rule.
A motion to suspend 3 readings, and Mr. R. Smith looks like has a second. Okay, let's take the roll on that.
Ms. Larkin?
Yes.
Mr. R. Smith?
Yes.
Mr. Stevenson?
Yes.
Mr. T. Smith?
Yes.
Mr. Dickel?
Yes.
Mr. Clark?
Yes.
Mr. Kreider?
Yes.
Mr. Rollins?
Yes.
Motion to suspend carries. Mr. R. Smith?
Motion to adopt.
We have a motion to adopt from Mr. R. Smith. It looks like a second from Ms. Larkin. Is that correct? Okay. Any further discussion from council or the audience? Okay. Hearing none. Clerk?
Ms. Larkin?
Yes.
Mr. R. Smith?
Yes.
Mr. Stevenson?
Yes.
Mr. T. Smith?
Yes.
Mr. Dickel?
Yes.
Mr. Clark?
Yes.
Mr. Kreider?
Yes.
Mr. Rollins?
Yes.
Motion carries 8-0. Item number 7, ordinance 2026-071, SCMR fund appropriation.
Ordinance requesting additional appropriations to the SCMR fund in the below listed line item for the year ending December 31st, 2026.
Mr. Rollins again.
Yeah, this came out of finance also. This is a normal standing item for bond payments for work done within the city of Marion. This one in the amount of $750. I will make a motion to suspend the 3 reading rule.
Okay, we have a motion to
Second.
suspend 3 readings. Mr. Clark, I heard your second. When you're ready, clerk.
Ms. Larkin?
Yes.
Mr. R. Smith?
Yes.
Mr. Stevenson?
Yes.
Mr. T. Smith?
Yes.
Mr. Dickel?
Yes.
Mr. Clark?
Yes.
Mr. Kreider?
Yes.
Mr. Rollins?
Yes.
Motion carries to suspend the 3 readings rule.
Mr. Clark?
Mr. Clark
Motion to adopt?
and Mr. R. Smith.
Second.
Mr. Clark has a motion to adopt, Mr. R. Smith the second. Do we have any further discussion, council or from the public? Hearing none. Clerk?
Ms. Larkin?
Yes.
Mr. R. Smith?
Yes.
Mr. Stevenson?
Yes.
Mr. T. Smith?
Yes.
Mr. Dickel?
Yes.
Mr. Clark?
Yes.
Mr. Kreider?
Yes.
Mr. Rollins?
Yes.
Motion carries unanimously 8-0 tonight. Next, we come to matters not on the agenda. I'm sorry,
No director.
did I miss something? Oh, I'm sorry, I'm still standing up.
I'm just ready for matters not on the agenda.
Matters not on the agenda, administration or council, there you go.
So, everyone is aware that the auditor of state has placed Marion in this position of being in fiscal emergency. The provision of fiscal emergency under the statute indicates or provides that there will be created a financial planning and supervision commission. That is found in ORC 118. You can go online and start to read and find the information related to that. But in ORC Chapter 118, there's a provision that a city that has a sufficient population, and Marion is one of those, has the benefit of appointing 3 additionals to what is ordinarily a 4-member board. So because of Marion's size, this board, the Financial Planning and Supervision Commission, is going to be 7 members. Those 3 additional members are one member appointed by the governor, but must be confirmed within 15 days. 1 member appointed by the mayor, but must be confirmed by the council within 15 days of the declaration of emergency. And then 1 by the county commissioners that has to be confirmed on their side of the street. So this evening, we must address the mayor's appointment, and the mayor's ready to make an appointment, and I've created a resolution to do so. And as I mentioned, if the council fails to confirm, we'll miss out on having 1 more member to the commission, which will total 7. So I'll turn it over to Mayor Collins as I hand these out.
Just to add to what the law director has already said, shortly after finding out we were in fiscal emergency last Tuesday,
21.
the official date was Tuesday, which would have required us to have something in place by August 5th or 6th, depending on which day they counted. But we had to do it within 15 days, so I began the search of talking with our senior staff and trying to come up with names of people that we felt would be beneficial on that commission. They asked that you look for people that have financial, business, experience from the community or work in the community. So we set out on that task, and as Mr. Russell indicated, I have the duty to appoint somebody that is approved by the legislative authority within that 15-day period, and we would need to do that tonight to meet that deadline. But I also have the task of sending the governor some names that he can consider for the appointment. So I've been collecting names, talking to people. I have one name for tonight, and then I have 2 or 3 names to send on to the governor for their consideration. He's not under the 15, or I think he is under the 15-day rule. But he's the governor, so I don't know. For just one person, and he doesn't have to get approval from anybody. My recommendation for tonight is somebody that's a lifelong native of Marion. His name is Kevin Hall. He's a practicing attorney here in Marion, a graduate of Marion Harding High School. Mr. Hall earned his Bachelor of Science degree in Criminal Justice Studies from Kent State University in 1980. He was a police officer for the Columbus Division of Police for 8 years, while simultaneously earning his Juris Doctor's degree from Capital University School of Law in 1987. Focusing his law practices on real estate and business matters, Mr. Hall has also owned and operated Chicago Title Agency, Incorporated, since 1994. Just to add a little bit to that brief bio, Mr. Hall has been somebody that we as an administration, since I took over, could reach out to for advice when we're dealing with certain situations in the city, whether it's the purchase of the Rite Aid building and those kind of things. We have sought his services in the past. He is very much a supporter of the city of Marion, wants to see it do well, wants to see it grow economically, and is willing to help us do that. So for that reason, I have known him a long time. Mark, the law director, has known him a long time. I'm sure many people sitting on council may have known him for a long time. But that would be my appointment that I would like to make. And as I said, it needs a vote in the affirmative from the legislation in order for us to pass that on to the state auditor within that 15-day period.
Thank you, Mr. Hare. Mr. Rollins?
I will make a motion to waive committee consideration.
I don't think we need that.
So I didn't jump up soon enough. There's actually one rule in council rule that when you're confirming a mayor's appointment, it doesn't need the Rule 53 being waived.
Beautiful.
We can go right to, add it to the agenda, and then suspend the rules and pass it.
Beautiful.
Mr. Rollins?
I will make a motion to add this to the agenda. We need 2 other.
I'll second.
I see a second from Mr. Clark and Ms. Larkin for the third. Adding this to the agenda. And then Ms. Rollins?
I'll make a motion to suspend the 3 reading rule.
Motion to suspend. And Mr. Stevenson? You have the second. Any further comments or questions?
For reference, this will be Resolution 2026-021.
0 what?
21.
All right. Clerk, if you'll take the roll.
Ms. Larkin?
Yes.
Mr. R. Smith?
Yes.
Mr. Stevenson?
Yes.
Mr. T. Smith?
Yes.
Mr. Dickel? Yes. Mr. Clark?
Yes.
Mr. Kreider?
Yes.
Mr. Rollins?
Yes.
Mr. Rollins.
Motion carries. Mr. Rollins?
Motion to approve.
Mr. R. Smith?
Motion to approve from Mr. Rollins, and it looks like Mr. R. Smith has a second.
Yes.
Anything further? All right. Clerk?
Ms. Larkin?
Yes.
Mr. R. Smith?
Yes.
Mr. Stevenson?
Yes.
Mr. T. Smith?
Yes.
Mr. Dickel? Yes. Mr. Clark?
Yes.
Mr. Kreider?
Yes.
Mr. Rollins?
Yes.
Okay, motion carries unanimously 8-0 tonight.
Class of 77 rules.
Mayor Collins?
One more thing to add to that, in addition, the 3 names that we're searching for, 3 or so names to send to the governor. I just wanted to point out that Teresa Lipke did contact me over the weekend, and she has sent me a bio, and hers will also be sent to the governor for consideration.
And Mr. Dickel?
Thank you for saying that, because I was just going to nominate her for that committee.
I told her when she called me, she came to mind a couple times when we were having conversations, so.
Yeah.
There's a few other people that we're looking to add to that list, and a couple have said no, obviously, when you ask them, hey, are you interested? And it's not gonna, from what the state says, the time commitment's gonna be at least quarterly, and we're still working out exactly what that's gonna look like on the state's end and on our end, so.
Good luck, Teresa. I can't imagine anybody better on there. Thank you.
Mr. Kreider.
Yes, are we going to have the names of the others?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, okay.
One of the other ones that I just talked to shortly before coming here is Bob Haas from Marion Technical College. Another, I think, very solid candidate. He's helped us out too in the past as far as when our W-2s, and we had all those issues, so we're reaching out. Like I said, there's been a few that, declined, but, it's understandable. They have a full-time business. I'm still waiting on an answer from a third, and once I get those three, I think that's enough to send to the governor, and we'll see what he says. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other matters not on the agenda?
I have one more, if I may. This is the last time I'll bring it up, but I had talked with Finance Chair Rollins last week. There was an item that was not acted on before, and the Income Tax Department and the administration have asked that I request that the council add this to the agenda and get it in the pipeline to be acted upon. What it is when the council changed the credit from 0% to 50%, there was one amendment that had been made on the floor, and we need to reverse the amendment that was made on the floor to clean it up so that it is proper in regards to how the Income Tax Department needs it to read to do their job. And it's really quite simple for those that have what I handed out in front of you. The first paragraph, the first 194.081, you can see that's the way it used to read. It used to be used to be 100% credit, and it went to 50% credit. So that actually used to be 100% credit. But what we need to do is see the lines through the last two sentences. Those have been errantly suggested be deleted. Those actually are necessary. So the part that reads shall be amended to, with those lines unstricken, in bold print, underlined, those are necessary tax code statements that need to be in there. They were errantly removed through the process of changing it back from 100% credit to 50% credit. And then finally, there is one more. It's in the final section 2. And this had been previously handed out but not acted upon. In section 2, the Income Tax Department needs to have the begin date, as you'll see on this proposal, and as it was when it was last before council, it was on applicable 1/1/26. And as I noted, it just wasn't acted upon. So I would request at least this be added to the agenda, and at the second reading, we can revisit it and hopefully adopt it after everyone's questions are answered, and get it into a position where it's enforceable, it functions with the Income Tax Department, and it gets us back to where we were when all we wanted to do was take the 100% credit back to 50%. These were suggested changes along the way that shouldn't have happened. We need to reverse them.
Thank you, Mr. Russell. Mr. Arsenault?
I'll make a motion to add this to the agenda.
We have a motion to add to the agenda. Mr. Rollins?
Yeah, just question for clarification. I know I did give you permission to bring this to full council. Do we need to,
Yes.
we do need to waive committee
Yes,
consideration,
this,
right?
that sentence would not apply in this case. You're 100% correct. It needs to waive committee consideration.
So can you withdraw your motion quickly, and then I will make a motion to,
I think it has to be added to the agenda first, then you waive the committee consideration.
Go with your suggestion. No, it-
Because once it's on the agenda, without waiving the committee consideration, it has to go to committee.
I think we waive committee. If you waive committee, then you can add it to the agenda. It doesn't matter. It's not going to make it.
I withdraw my motion.
Okay, we have that one withdrawn. So we have Mr. Rollins
Yes, I will make a motion to
Motion.
waive committee
To
consideration.
waive committee consideration.
Second.
And a second from,
I think I need a third on that one.
No.
second from Mr. Clark.
Just, okay.
Mr. Russell, do we need a third?
No, it's a vote.
Right, just to add it to the
Okay.
agenda. Okay.
All right. When you're set.
Ms. Larkin?
Yes.
Mr. R. Smith?
Yes.
Mr. Stevenson?
Yes.
Mr. T. Smith?
Yes.
Mr. Dickel?
Yes.
Mr. Clark?
Yes.
Mr. Kreider?
Yes.
Mr. Rollins?
Yes.
Motion carries to add to the agenda.
Now we can add,
Mr. R. Smith.
that was waiving committee, right?
No, that was waiving committee, yes.
Yeah, okay.
Now we need to add it to the agenda.
I've rewritten these things 3 times. Go ahead. That was
Mr. Rollins?
motion and second, R. Smith and Mr. Rollins.
Second or third.
Yeah, need a third.
You need a
Not sure if
third.
you have a second already, but if you don't, I'm second.
That's the second, I think. Mr. Clark, a third.
Would you like me to read it?
Yes.
Ordinance amending Chapter 194.081, credit for taxes paid to other municipalities, last amended by Ordinance 2026-018.
I believe this is
Mr.
first.
Motion to adopt?
Motion to adopt. from-
Yes, suspend.
You have to suspend the
Or
rules.
first reading. Either suspend or have first
Make
reading.
it first.
Oh, I thought we had too many votes. Motion to suspend.
Motion to suspend the three reading rule from Mr. Clark.
I'll second.
Second from Mr. Dickel. Anything further on that? Mr. Pollock, when you're ready.
Ms. Larkin?
Yes.
Mr. R. Smith?
Yes.
Mr. Stevenson?
Yes.
Mr. T. Smith?
No.
Mr. Dickel? Yes. Mr. Clark?
Yes.
Mr. Kreider?
Yes.
Mr. Rollins?
No.
Motion,
Hold on a second. I gotta-
First reading.
just first reading, we needed 7.
Yeah.
Okay, motion does not carry.
6-2,
6-2.
first reading. Okay.
Leaving that as a first reading. Mr. T. Smith.
Still matters not on the agenda, correct?
Yes.
Okay, I was gonna ask the chief of police, is there numbers, I don't ever see it in the police report that we get on council, about the, code violations and how many tickets may have or may not have been written, I suppose. Is there a running total out there somewhere that could be given to council?
I'm sure we could research it and find the information for you.
Okay, I guess, I'm just curious, is the code enforcement officer actively going out and, writing people tickets, or?
So that, I thought you might have been talking about two different things, so
I think he is.
comparing code enforcement.
Not, maybe not code enforcement.
Code enforcement is done by our code enforcement zoning person, which is Zach Hemler.
Okay,
There's no longer an officer that helps Zach do the code enforcement. I mean, he helps a little bit, but he's not assigned to that job anymore because of the lack of people we have. He's been put back on the street.
okay.
And then if you're talking about traffic citations,
No.
okay, so I answered
Yep.
which one.
So I'm just trying to, I get a lot of phone calls about people parking in yards, high grass, obviously, and I was just curious if the code enforcement officer was actively going out and dealing with those situations.
No, as the mayor stated, the police department doesn't have a code enforcement officer anymore, but we can find those numbers of what was written. I just don't have one person dedicated.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
Mr. Stevenson, I thought I saw your hand. No? Mr. Arsenault?
Yes, Madam Chair, I had a question brought to me today concerning a downtown billboard at the city parking lot. And there is an advertisement on there that says Marion, Ohio, Mayor Bill Collins. And the question was, is the city paying for that advertisement? If so, why? And I did follow up with Marion Media Group. They said it was a PSA, public service,
That's correct.
that you're not paying that.
That's never been paid for.
So I
by
just
this
wanted to verify that.
administration. That was something they did when I became mayor, and they left it up there, and we never paid for it. No.
Good, thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Clark?
Mine's basically for Chief McDonald. I've witnessed on East Church Street, run down in about the 700 block and then also up in the 1100 block, guys parking their motorcycles on the sidewalk. And I had a phone call today from a gentleman on East George Street complaining about the same issue. And, you know, when you ask them to move the motorcycles, they just blow you crap. And, you know, if you're walking your dog or your kids are out there, it's a problem because they don't want you near their bike. Don't get near my bike. They park on the sidewalk. Is there anything we can do about that?
Yeah, blocking the sidewalk in any manner is against the law. So if you park in a driveway, but blocking the sidewalk, you can't do that. So if you park a motorcycle on there, you can't do that. If you see those things, you can call dispatch, and when officers become available, they can go out and respond to those calls.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
Thank you. Mr. Kreider?
Yeah, to piggyback on what Councilman Clark said, the East George call I got as well, and I drove actually past to work this morning and even last night when I got home, and that had been alleviated, so, yeah, so just to make a comment.
Yeah.
Okay, anything further from Councilor Edmund? All right, we'll on to committee meetings scheduled. Starting with airport lands and buildings, Mr. Clark.
Nothing at this time.
Information systems, Mr. Smith.
Nothing at this time.
Jobs and economic development, Mr. Rollins.
Yeah, we've got some old business, CRA review. I'll call 6:30.
All right, legislation, codes and regulations, Mr. Smith.
Yes, we will be discussing the flock issue, and I will have a panel here to answer questions, and that'd be 6:35.
All righty. Mr. Smith, municipal services, parks and rec.
Nothing at this time.
Mr. Dickel, public utilities.
Nothing at this time. I'd also like to thank Councilman Ralph Smith for allowing my committee last week to go before his. I had just a quick eye procedure done, so I was not feeling well. So thank you, Ralph, for allowing me to do that.
Thank you. Regional planning, Ms. Larkin.
August 26th at 7 PM in Prospect Room across the street.
All right. Let's see. We don't have Mr. Barr here, but we have business for streets and sewers.
The vice chair is Mr. Stevenson.
Okay.
We have a alley vacation. We'll take 6:40.
All righty. Thank you. Traffic commission.
I need to get that updated. That is Mr. Stevenson.
Oh, that is Mr. Stevenson. That's right. I saw that here. Traffic commission, Mr. Stevenson.
Nothing at this time.
All right. And Mr. Kreider, zoning and annexation.
Yes, we have a rezoning request, and we'll take 6:45.
And Mr. Rollins, finance.
12:10.
We'll take 6:50 to 10:30 PM.
Now, it was only 9:34, wasn't it, or something?
I'll bring my sleeping bag.
We didn't have a panel last time, so buckle up.
All right. Thank you, everyone. Time for public comments. Let's see, I see Mr. Daniels, and then one more in the back.
Daniel, 608 Gator Street. I'm going to request a copy of the ordinance concerning flock cameras because you well know, and some who don't, because of that added language that was put in, I've become adamantly opposed to this ordinance. And because of that similar system that was quoted by him, Mr. Rolla, concerning persons, businesses, entities. I kind of want to know what that means, because if I were to sit there and have an opinion on it, it means that similar systems could mean ring cameras, could mean private surveillance, could mean personal cell phones, and you're going to have law enforcement sit there and enforce that if that ordinance comes up. Anybody who shares information from a cell phone or or private surveillance or even a ring camera to be brought up on charges for a minor misdemeanor. I've talked to several members of the public, and despite the fact that one of them told me that, $7,000 of their stuff had been stolen, and that's why they sat there and went into getting cameras of their own. And then, of course, the other person basically has, I won't even say what they were going to say. But they're pretty adamant that they're going to keep their private surveillance.
Yeah, you're basically wanting to know specifics about that.
I want to know what that similar systems mean, and in part what person, business, whatever means, because it also means that if ordinance passes, you're going to have to get rid of those body cameras, because
Let's
that's
please
part of it
just
too.
keep your comments addressed to the chair, please, right now. We're just listening to what your concern is.
But
Mr. Rollins has a comment perhaps relevant?
Yeah, I would like to address the question if I could.
Sure.
So I can tell you the draft ordinance that I proposed and sent to the law director and to President Stoneburner was pretty clear on what the intentions were. It was pretty clear. I had spelled out specifically the ordinance that was approved by the law director and went to President Stoneburner, had that language added, so we would have to ask the law director what the intentions were around that specific language.
So that as drafted, it would not apply to ring cameras or home security cameras, because I don't have it in front of me, but it reads, no flock system or systems with similar characteristics. Legally, that means a device that's mounted in the right-of-way and the roadway to capture license plates through an APL or ALP, whatever those acronyms are, and takes that data and puts it into a centralized database that can be searched by law enforcement. Ring cameras don't do that. Home security systems don't do that. It's related to those characteristics of the flock system. So it's specific to flock. It would not include your ring system at your home.
That's what I wanted to know, because the idea of that, when they sit there and they put in that added language of similar systems, well, everything that I described is a similar system. And it's not except that it goes exclusively to law enforcement, no, but it's shared by people in the community to law enforcement, especially based on crimes. And it's like, if you're going to be charged for that, people aren't going to sit there and provide anything to law enforcement.
The section is written, could not be used against you as a homeowner with a ring system, because the characteristics are different between the flock system and the ring devices, and most home security systems are different. They don't have similar characteristics. They may take pictures, they may capture video, but everything after that is different, especially in regards to flock. That data is transmitted to a centralized database that is centralized and then can be accessed by users. It's not the ring system that you have in your home.
Thank you, Mr. Russell, and thank you, Mr. Daniels.
Make that crystal clear, because, I had something to say and I just forgot it.
Sorry.
Maybe I'll remember it next week.
We appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Ashton Seals, 1920 Victory Road, 164. Since we're talking about the flock topic, one of the central things to flock, as Mark Russell pointed out, is that they are centralized and data centers, basically. So a key thing you're going to want to look at for the future is, if we're going to do this with flock, you also want to do something similar with data centers, with slowing their progress down, possibly keeping them out of Marion altogether. And if you need more information, I'm happy to share, but yeah, everything that these LPRs look into, they send it to the third party, which is Flock. But Flock uses AI, and AI is data centers.
Thank you. Ms. Mayor?
Kimberly Mayor, 890 Gephardt Street. Talking about the flock cameras. Last week, Councilman T. Smith put a motion to the floor, and Nathan Stevenson did a second. My question to you, Mrs. Stoneburner, is did we properly proceed that onto the floor? Because we had chatter, and Mr. Stevenson kind of pulled back his motion, but is he allowed to do that without going through the proper procedure? Because I don't know that you guys, I don't remember you guys going through the proper procedure to pull back his second. And then you guys just decided that we're going to do it in a committee meeting. So my question is, do we do it correctly?
Well, if he pulls back a second, then we only have a...
So it says, under the Robert's Rules of Order, once a motion is stated by the chair, it belongs to the whole council.
Yep, you missed a key point there.
Go ahead, Mr.
Go
Rollins.
ahead.
Yes, the chair has to state the question.
Okay.
So the chair has to officially say whatever the motion was, and at that time, if you recall, she had no idea what the motion on the floor was. I'm not being funny, I'm being serious. So in Robert's Rules of Order, in order for this to be an issue where all members of council would have to vote for him to remove his second, she would have to properly state the question, and to properly state that question, she would have to say something to the effect of, if you've been to one of my finance meetings, I have a first on the floor for X, and I have a second on the floor from Y to do whatever it may be, right? That is stating the question. Then at that point, everyone on council knows exactly what the question is, what the motion has been stated, who the first was and who the second was. That never happened that night. Go back and watch the video.
So that's, okay, so that was my question, because I'm like, did it proceed properly?
Yes, he can remove his second, and he willingly did so. Now.
Because he can do that because she didn't state it?
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. Had she stated the question, yes, we would have had to make a vote for him to remove his second. So in my opinion, it proceeded as it should have under Robert's Rules of Order.
Thank you.
Yep.
One last thing. Since it didn't go through council properly, can't we just put trash bags over them? And wait until this whole thing gets squared away? I meant the ones in the city. Can we not just put trash bags over them and till it is resolved because it was not properly done to begin with?
Sounds right.
Good question.
I would like the answer to that.
Well, I don't know that it is a good question because the statement was it wasn't properly done. Mr. Rollins just explained that in regards to the withdrawal of the second, that was proper. If you're talking about something else not proper, maybe we missed that point.
Yeah, we did. So what I meant by not being proper is the cameras being put in initially. They initially didn't get put in. I think you're one of the people that said that they could get done, Mr.
I think what you're referring to is something that was shared on social media today, which is...
I didn't see anything on
well,
social media today, sir.
Okay. So, you referred to, or at least implied, that the placement of the flock cameras within the right-of-ways in the city of Marion wasn't properly done.
Correct.
That is not a true statement.
Okay, so can I get clarification as to why? Because from my understanding is when legislation and codes have to come in, they have to go before the council. And I know we're not talking about this said council, but it didn't get properly put forth to the other council before they were cemented into the ground. And then the sheriff and then come over and said that we got this grant and it was already done. So to that point, them not being put in initially without asking council's permission, with that being said that way, are we allowed to just put a trash bag over them up until this is all resolved?
No, because the premise that you stated is incorrect. The premise you stated was flock cameras that are within our right-of-ways weren't placed there properly. That is untrue. Those cameras that are within our right-of-ways that exist there today are there properly. At this point in time, there was no prohibition ordinance, which is now pending before the council, in place. And at the time, the safety service directors at the time gave the authority to the county sheriff to place them within the right-of-way of the city of Marion. So they are there properly. I would suggest no one place a trash bag over them.
Okay, so you're saying they're there properly,
Yeah.
but is it not true that they have to come before council and ask permission? before
That's
they can-
actually the point. No, at the time that flock cameras were placed, there was no legal requirement that there be approval from council before their placement. There is no legal requirement that they be placed with the approval of council. So that's the missing point.
Why is that a missing point when you have to ask the council for legislation for them? So how is that missing? That's where I'm confused.
Okay.
You have to seek council's permission, and since no one sought council's permission, that's where I'm getting confused on how it's done right to begin with.
So at the time the flock cameras were placed, there was no legal requirement whatsoever that the council give its authority or approval prior to their placement. Period.
Say that again, please.
Before the cameras were put in their place where they exist today, there was no legal requirement from any source that required council to approve their placement.
You have to, it's part of a surveillance type thing, don't they have to ask our permission? Okay, all right, thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Mayor. Anything else from the public? Gentleman in the red?
Yeah, my name is Brandon Davis. I live at 165 Lotterette Street. And I'm just curious who's going to be paying for all these cameras and upkeeping them after they're installed and when they're running. Because we're already living in a failing system. And we got these elected officials that keep just pushing the stuff through. I mean, you guys just brought some stuff on. Everybody said yes right away. There's no way you even could have read all that paperwork that was handed to you earlier and then came to an understanding of it. There's no way possible. And I believe you guys are just voting stuff in. I believe the police department ain't doing enough in our cities because I live on the west end and it's out of control over there. The drugs are out of control. I've had guns pulled on me 3 different times because I stand up to the people that's over there doing everything. I went around, I found everybody out. It's all of my neighbors, it's all of their friends. And the police department don't want to do anything about it. I've took it to their attention many times. The people are still living there, they're still selling drugs. And I mean, I don't know why we got these people that we're paying all this money to get rid of a drug problem, or we pay people to keep the drugs out that don't do their job. And that's the simple facts. The drugs are out of control up here. And I would like to know what they're actually done this year to do different than they did the year before. Because obviously the year before was no better than the next year. They told me that drug overdoses are down. Narcan is saving lives, not the police officers. We're putting Narcan. I seen Delaware in their sheriff's station. They're putting a little free dispenser in there for Narcan. I mean, it's out of control. And I don't know how you expect people to protect themselves or keep themselves safe in these streets when it's all the same people running the drugs up and down the street. You call for help from them, the cops drive faster down my street than the people are when they're doing 100 down my street. I mean, they're flying, shooting fireworks off all the time. It's gang city over there. And the police aren't held accountable. I'd like to see something set in place that would hold the police department in. If nothing's going to be happening to save us, something should happen to them. They should be replaced or gone, or I'd like to see some kind of follow-up with them because there's no accountability because the mayor was an ex-cop. It's a family and friends. That's what's going on around here. That's what the police department and all this committee, it's all family and friends. And the same thing with the drugs and the drug dealers out there. They're all family and friends, so they stick together just like you guys stick together. So we can't get anything done because there's 2 different sides. and there's no median. So that's all I'd like to say. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, sir.
Good afternoon. I'm Charlie Sedlock, and I apologize if I'm repeating anything. I wear a cochlear implant,
Excuse me, we need your
and I hear
address.
about 1 out of every 5 words in here. But flock cameras is against the Fourth Amendment of the Constitution. If any of you guys vote for them, you're against the people. The police department, the government, is infringing upon our rights. And it's your job to protect us from them. They got 2 cameras, I heard, on Jefferson Street. Who decided where they go? Who decided where they go? Anybody in here know the answer to that?
I would say law enforcement decided where they should go.
Law enforcement.
Yeah.
Pretty much the sheriff's.
There's no input from
No.
you guys.
From us.
Negative.
Okay. I just hope if you guys vote on it, you'll vote accordingly to us citizens. This is my first meeting. I intend on coming back. Just protect us, guys, from them. Okay? Thank you.
Could we get your name and address again, sir, please?
What's your name and address?
My name's Charlie Sedlock. I live at 511 McKinley Street, Marion, Ohio. If you go all the way to the end of Park Boulevard, you'll run into my driveway.
Okay.
That's where I live. I've been retired for 10 years. I worked for 40. I've lived in Marion my whole life. I never had a problem with the police department. My brothers have. I respect you guys, but you're infringing on our rights. Plain and simple. If you don't think you are, you shouldn't have your job. Your job is to protect us, not go against us. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else who wishes to speak who hasn't spoken? All right, Ms. Mayor?
Kimberly Mayer, 890 Gay Park Street. I just want to bring to attention of a thing called secret societies. Like ones that you don't always get to talk about who becomes the members, like Freemasonry and things, and FOP and other things. They should not get to say and rule and have any kind of influence on what goes on in here. So just the fact that people in the FOP that get appointed is just ridiculous.
Okay. All right. Thank you all for your comments. Oh, we do have one more. Yes.
Darren Coley, 824 Waver Street. Just a quick question. Who do I address about, the zoning department? I've called the health department. The police have been there a couple times. 313 Park Boulevard. It's an abandoned house. There's 2 campers there. Like I said, the police have been there a couple times. I'm contacting the health department. There's kids living in that camper. How do we get them removed? What is my next step?
Chief McDonald?
I can address that.
Okay.
We've met with the person, and there's actually 2 families living in 2 separate campers.
Yeah.
They have till the end of the month to have the campers removed.
Okay.
And get off the premises.
They don't.
The house, then there will be charges filed, because there is an ordinance that says you can't live in a camper.
Yeah.
On a city lot.
Yeah.
So we gave him till the end of the month. The house has been condemned by the health department, but they are allowed to be there working on the house, but they can't live in it.
Even though they don't own the house.
Yeah.
So Director Cal and I were at the property last Wednesday and made direct contact. And that's one of the things that if they don't comply with the director's grant of additional time so they can find other housing, then they'll receive a citation. I'll create it, serve them with the ticket that Mr. Cal was just talking about. And I did tell the owner that I would make contact with the probate court because he had expressed that he's related to the deceased owner and he's working on it. but I'm gonna check it out. I'm gonna check it out, all right?
Okay, all right, thank you.
Sir, what was your last name?
Bowlby.
Thank you. Anything else? Hearing none? We are adjourned at 7:39.
Teresa, I'm sorry you're getting drug into this mess. You're such a nice person. I hate to see it.